HDPlus training videos using HDPlus on a mobile device. This is part 7. As you can see from the display, we're running the HDPlus on an iPhone. This is a Model 5S, and in the browser, the Safari browser, I had already entered in the demo website trial.HDPlus4IT.com, and it's running in the browser on this mobile phone. That screen looks the same as you would see on the desktop. No difference. You're going to find throughout this demo the layout and the navigation with the mobile devices is easy to use and every bit as functional as the desktop. So we're not logged in yet, but we can still click on Learn More and see those frequently asked questions as we were able to do from the desktop. You can scroll down, get some information on how to do certain functions within HDPlus. You can log in. Remember, if you weren't already a user of HDPlus, you could do a register and create an account. You can do that with the mobile device by clicking on register. I can enter in all my contact information, phone number, password, email address, my preferred language. As before, this version supports, this is the demo, supports 4 languages. When all that's complete, you create the user account and you could log in and create a ticket. Well, we don't need to do that because we already have a user account. So I'm going to go back to the login screen, and I'm going to log in as the user, expert user, and enter the password. And if I've done that right, we go to the new ticket screen, and so I did it right, and we're at the new ticket screen. There's been a lot of talk about radar graphs in the demos. There is a radar graph. The nice thing about a radar graph is you can have a lot of information in a small place. This demo is showing us the incident, change control, and problem management capabilities of HDPlus. So the radar graph is showing 3 different categories, and the circles in this case are indicating days. I think they're days. I could be wrong. Nope, not days. It's categories. If you look below that, you'll see that for the category of incident, we've got 1 ticket that's in a 0 to 5 day category, and we have 2 tickets that are in a 5 to 30 day category. And one of those 2 tickets is in an escalated status because there's a red parentheses next to it, and you'll see below that, next to open tickets, it shows escalated tickets are red. See at the bottom of the screen. So the radar chart allows us to display this kind of information by ticket type, by grouping. It's just very helpful. So now what I think would like to do is go look at our tickets and some of the reports. Well, we've already seen my list. We know what that says. We've got 3 tickets, and we had 2 of them that are in a work in progress and 1 that was escalated. But I'm logging in to check for new tickets, so I'm going to click on the group list. I want to see what tickets are in the group HDPlus. You'll notice there's some icons, a little wrench, and a little icon looks like a, sorry about that, have to be careful what you're pointing to on the mobile phone, because everything it takes is a command. You got a little bubble that's like a comment or some additional information. Well, the little bubble stands for an incident ticket, and the wrench stands for change control ticket. I've not talked about change controls yet. That's in the next training video. Let's just continue to scroll down, and there's two more tickets that are off the screen, so I'm going to select show two more. And now we can see those last two tickets. Well, the very last ticket is unassigned, and that's the ticket I'm looking for. Were there any unassigned tickets? I'm a team leader, and I want to assign them to one of my users so they start getting work. So I click on unassigned, and I'm going to update this unassigned ticket. When I do that, the display shifted from a read-only to one where I can enter information. You'll see the pull-down menus are now active. So I go down to assignment. We're in the group HDPlus support, and I can select the pull-down for user. Here are the users that we have. I want to select the user expert, so I click done. You'll see it's updated the menu. Go back, do a save, and now my ticket has been updated. If I look at activity, and remember activity was kind of off to the right on the desktop, here it's a tab. You can see that the ticket has gone from being unassigned with the user demo to it's now assigned to the user expert. So we could go in and work this ticket, but before that, let's look a little bit more navigation on the mobile device. So we go back to home, and we see there's those 4 tickets. Now that the ticket has been assigned to the user expert, that 0 to 5 went from 1 to 2. So there's 4 tickets. We got the radar graph, but let's look at a different type chart. Let's select, I haven't had breakfast yet. Why don't we go with donut? So I'll say done. Donut's in our chart type. Save the screen, and it takes us right back to radar chart. Oh, that's not good. Oh wait, I haven't refreshed the browser. So I have to click home. It refreshes my browser, and now the chart's updated to the donut chart. Well, I'm not real fond of that one either. To kind of explain it, the outer circle's telling me there's 4 incident tickets total. 2 are in a green status, 2 are in a yellow status. That's interesting, but I don't care much for that. So I'm going to go back into chart preferences again. This time I think I'll go down, we'll see what gauge looks like. I'll save that. Press home to update it. And I get gauges. Well, I think I like the gauges better. If you remember from before, on the desktop, if you look at the dashboard, there was 3 groups at the bottom. The showed the incident and the problem and change. It was one of the KPIs at the initial dashboard. Well, it's showing the same thing here, but it's formatted for an iPhone. So there's no change control tickets, and there are no problem tickets. But there are 4 incident tickets, 2 in the 0 to 5 day category, which is green, and 2 in the 5 to 30 day category, which is yellow. Nothing in the 30 plus day category, else there would be a number in that little sliver of green. So that's a nice chart. I kind of like that chart, but I know that some of my colleagues prefer to do the demonstrations with a radar graph, so I'm going to go back to the radar graph so that if someone were to log in, they don't end up with a chart that they weren't expecting. And we click home, and we're back to the radar graph. So let's go back and work that ticket. So let's go back into tickets, go back to my list, go down to our newest ticket. I'm selecting it, and of course I know you know this, but the way to select something on an iPhone is to touch the screen. So I've touched over the number HD31, and so now we're in the display status of that ticket. Well, I'm ready to update this ticket, so I'm going to click on update. Screen switches to a read-write mode. Notice I got the pull-down menus. So I can now go in and I can start the ticket. So I press on start, and it takes a timestamp from the iPhone, today's date and the current time. And I can update the problem. Problem is the password needs to be reset. And since this is a demo, I can go ahead and put in the resolution that's resolved. Oop. Well, I got that in the right place. I thought I was hitting the internet in the wrong location. And then I've got a box where I can do another follow-up as we had at the desktop, but I'm not going to bother with that now. So now we're ready to close the ticket. So I go back to completion, select completion. It takes a timestamp off of the phone. It's taking about a minute for me to enter these fields of data. Notice I could create a problem ticket from the iPhone just like I can from the desktop. And I can go back up now and save changes. My ticket is updated. I could go look at the activity, and you can see the status of this ticket now. It's gone from when it was unassigned, created by the user demo, to assigned, created by the user expert, and completed, created by the user expert. If I look at the detail, all the information is captured just like in the desktop, even the time spent, the discovery information, it's all there. So that would complete how you would update a ticket on the mobile phone. A couple other items to check here. We could look at tutorials. Even on the mobile phone, you can look at a tutorial and it would run on this device. As before, 3 tutorials: incident tickets, change, reports, and KPIs. I think I want to show you reports. Let's go into reports. I could create a new report on the iPhone just like I can a desktop, and I can see the reports that are already created. So as we're scrolling down through here, oh, here's one. Remember that SLA report we did in a previous lesson? I thought that was an interesting report. Let's run that and see what it looks like on the iPhone. So here it is. Oh, and it's got gauges, my favorite. So it's telling me SLA report. The expert user ran it today at 8:27. It's showing me the gauges, and as I recall from the reporting and KPI demo, when we created the SLA report, it had 3 groups. It was showing the groups HDPlus QA and HDPlus support, and a group called HD Support India. Remember, that was part of the Follow the Sun capability. And there were no tickets in the HD Support India group, as I recall. It was empty, so is this. But we've got 1 ticket that exceeded the SLA and HDPlus QA. And we have 6 tickets that have exceeded the SLAs for the group HDPlus support, and that's also listed at the bottom. And notice it's in a red status. It's red because these tickets exceeded the SLA requirements. So I can look at the detail of these tickets just like I could from the desktop by pressing on the number. And it opens the detailed list of tickets. I can go in and look at those tickets. I can go back to result. I could go look at that one for HDPlus QA. Click on the number. Shows me that ticket. Click on the number. I can now see the detail of the ticket. I could look at the activity. I could see any attachments, the detail. I could go back to list. And I could go back into reports if I wanted to. Go back to the SLA report. These mobile devices are so quick. Of course, HDPlus is very efficient software as well. And I could, I'm fine with the gauges, but if I want to, I can change the chart just like I could before. So here's the different chart selections. And that pretty much completes the tutorial on how to use HDPlus on a mobile device. I hope you found this very helpful. I'm really very pleased with this level of capability. This gives me the ability to check ticket status, and I just moved my phone into a horizontal position. See that? It even updates to that level. But it allows me to travel around the world, and I can check status of tickets and update tickets, improve change controls. Just an amazing capability. So thank you very much.